Oh, it's so pink. Oh, what the fuck is that? Kill it.
Your host, the report of the week. Always a pleasure to be here.
Damn,
Starting off the new year 2024 with a brand new release from KFC. So they
What's
are
that
the
talking about?
very first establishment releasing a new item for the new year. I'm excited to try this one out. Although, as you will soon see, I am a little apprehensive, and I'll tell you why. KFC is one of these establishments, in my opinion anyway, that has really undergone a redemption arc of sorts over the last few years. They started getting really iffy, the quality kept going down, and then all of a sudden, about a year or two ago, they started improving. And release after release of theirs, I found quite enjoyable. As a matter of fact, about a year ago, they released some new wraps, and they were excellent. They were really good snacks. They had some good nuggets, too, some good sandwiches. So the quality
what happened to them, though?
Has been improving these days, which, again, is always good to see. And they have released 2 more wraps to their menu. Again,
when somebody that's happening today that is filled with doubt and uncertainty, tell me what happened.
They were enjoyable. So, you know, on the surface, this looks like it's probably going to be a pretty good release, right? They've released a honey barbecue KFC wrap, a chicken tender, crispy chicken tender, I should add. It has honey barbecue sauce, mayo, and pickles, and it's wrapped in a tortilla. And then you also have a spicy mac and cheese wrap. And in that you also have a chicken tender, spicy sauce, macaroni, and a 3-cheese blend. The honey barbecue flavor makes sense. The mac and cheese one can be... I would wager that could go either way.
Well, I'm looking for that bitch right now. If you want to get one wrap, it will be the price of $3 for the wrap itself. But they are promoting a meal deal where you can get the 2 wraps for the price of $5. So you're saving $1 if you get both of them as part of classic
that special
KFC
deal.
wrap, spicy.
So anyway,
honey barbecue.
Right?
I need that one.
That big of a deal. So I ordered it. Number one, the bag that it came in, and you know this is what it is, but the bag has has seen better days. And the bottom is like all soggy and everything.
Bro,
so
somebody's dog ripped a fucking hole in that bitch before you gave it to this nigga.
It's kind of making me a little apprehensive. The second thing, I got a drink with this. I just got some soda. And it's not good at all.
Damn.
Again, this might be
you gotta stick with the fucking
but
lemonade, my
all I'll say
nigga.
is that I'm a little apprehensive this time around, but it's gonna be what it is. You know, you can't always judge a book by its cover, but in the end, we will see. I got them both, though. I did check. And they're kind of soggy, but the odd thing is that they're not as soggy as you would think for the bag to be like this, so I don't know. Anyway, today I just want to try them out either way, see how they are, and that'll be that. Pretty straightforward.
And that'll be that.
Let's see which one is which.
I'm gonna try that shit for my damn self.
With this little wrapping for the wrap. It's...
Nigga, what the fuck?
That was terrifying. That had to have been the single...
He looked like he just shit himself. What the fuck was that?
It's...
What the fuck? Oh,
that was terrifying. That had to have been the single scariest moment of my life. I thought
this is gonna hurt. I've never heard his doorbell run before.
To put me in my place,
this motherfucker gets no visitors, bro.
Instead, it was just a package getting delivered, so it was a false alarm. And the review continues. So anyway, has the little decorative, has the decorative
what the
wrapping
fuck?
That says, I think it's finger licking good. Shit. And anyway, I was able to figure out in the meantime which one is which. This here is the mac and cheese one, and this is the honey barbecue.
I'm about to try that shit for myself. oddly, they put the cheese. See, this is what I mean.
10 minutes.
The honey barbecue one, as you could see right here.
Oh, that shit looks depressing.
There's the tortilla. There's the chicken tender inside of it. But you could see the tortilla. But they put cheese in this one. There is a pickle there.
Oh!
And the sauce and the mayo mixed in there as well. But they added, I guess, the
nut
blend to this one.
But it's semen.
Usually,
that looks like some sorry ass Taco Bell shit. I'm not gonna lie.
By default, this isn't the correct item if you really want to be very specific. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna try it out.
Come out better.
We're just gonna have to deal with it. The fact that there's cheese on this when it's not supposed to be. So generally, it's just supposed to have the pickles, the mayo, the sauce,
it's not even
the
supposed
chicken,
to have
and
cheese.
The tortilla, but no cheese. There is no 3 cheese blend for this one. But anyway, so that's...
oh my, that shit, Metaloo!
Try it out and see how it tastes. And then
for
we'll
the honey barbecue KFC wrap.
Mac and cheese one. So, the KFC honey barbecue wrap, it's going in.
Doesn't even fucking tell me. Oh shit, you eating already? I don't know about now. Give it to me straight, dog.
So I paused the camera just for that because I'm doing a double review here, so I just figured, you know, I want to make sure I have enough time left to give a proper assessment for everything. So, despite the 3 cheese blend, again, being on the,
despite the cheese being on the shit, when it's not supposed to be on the shit.
It's not that bad for what it is, so I will say...
Okay, stop showing me stop showing me that side. It's got semen all over it and shit.
To me anyway, when
get it out my face!
When I taste it, and based on my experience with it...
Bro, why are you trying to feed me, gang?
Sometimes there will be items, you know, occasionally it seems to be fewer and fewer, but there will be these sorts of items that are just kind of unremarkable. And
didn't KFC sell like a donut at one point?
It's not necessarily all that great either, but it's like, yeah, I could eat it. It's all right. It's inoffensive, right? That's what really strikes me as far as the honey barbecue wrap is concerned. And admittedly, that is a little underwhelming. Not the fact that because it's average, but because the last one that I had before this...
Okay, but like, how does it taste, though?
It was just so good. The quality of it was just different. It was much higher quality. It was one of those items that, you know, you'll get it, and then you'll think to yourself, wow, this is great, and I'm actually looking forward to, you know, going here again and getting it another time, right? You get those sorts of items. This is not one of them. It's like, all right, tastes okay, you know. All right, I have it right here in front of me. Yeah, I'll eat it, but am I going to go out of my way and get this again? Probably not. That's the sort of reaction that I am getting from this. Not again that there's all that much bad to it. I personally thought that this was going to be a bit better, though, because I like their honey barbecue sauce. I actually am a fan of it. I've had it before, and I find that it's quite flavorful.
I mean, for $3.60, I'm just happy those niggas didn't spit my food.
There's something about this. Maybe it's the combination of the sauce and the mayo. Maybe perhaps, and I hope not, because I like the sauce, they did something to it. And the sauce is it tastes a bit watered down. It's not as flavorful as I remember it being.
Yeah, because it's not sauce, it's fucking semen,
so it's just much more watery.
Semen!
It's quite messy, because as you could see, even when I was holding it up, you have all the excess mayo, and all of this, again, is just more watery than I remember it being previously, just kind of seeping out the other end. The pickle is alright, all things considered. The pickle kind of has a little crisp to it, at least, which is nice. But, you know, then the chicken...
That's just the best part of the wrap right there. It's not even the fucking chicken, it's the fucking pickle.
That's not to say that it was bad or flavorless. It's still of decent quality. But, you know, is it that sort of extra crispy, real crunchy chicken tender that's advertised as being in this? Is it like how it was a year ago?
They probably didn't even get this nigga the right wrap.
The tender itself.
You see that cheese when it was
not extra crispy, in my opinion.
Wasn't supposed to have cheese.
But it just wasn't the greatest, so I am a bit disappointed there. And again, it's not the worst thing, but definitely not the best thing. There is that little sweetness from the barbecue sauce, but all in all, it's a bit underwhelming. So despite it just being a little snack.
That's that 1862 Alexander Hemsworth third kind of cut. That shit is
The
fire.
honey barbecue one, I'm just gonna have to give it a 6.1 out of 10. Now, the spicy mac and cheese one, again, also looks a little underwhelming.
That looks like an egg. Is that an egg?
Kind of reminds me of like these sorts of, even though it's not, like a breakfast wrap. I don't know why, it just kind of has that look to it, even if it's not. This has everything it's supposed to have anyway, and you can see the spicy sauce there. So I'm going to try it out now, and,
that one
and let's
looks like
see
it doesn't have any semen in it.
So
Thank
the
God.
mac and cheese one, going in.
It's so flat.
So, here's the thing with the,
Bro, fucking... Oh, shit.
this was not necessarily underwhelming.
Fast food?
It
I wish fast
bizarre
food
and
employees
not
put
really
more
in a
love into
good
the
way.
food.
As you can see, the cross
Obviously, they don't get paid jack shit. They get paid next to nothing. But, like, I wish they got paid more.
The noodles, etc.
At least,
It
like,
has
bonuses
everything
and
that
shit.
it's
To
supposed have.
incentivize
In
better
this
quality
case, the mac and
food.
cheese one was made exactly as advertised. It
That's
was,
my eye
it
is
was
so
exactly
good.
what I was
Oh my
supposed to
God.
be. But here's the thing. You know those instances where there's just a flavor that just... You try something and you just think to yourself...
I don't like when
This
my
just doesn't
McDonald's
work,
Big Mac
you know,
look
it
like
just doesn't-
just sad and
It
depressing.
really clashes, right?
And with
That's
no Big
how
Mac
this
sauce.
is. The word that I think of when I try out the mac and cheese one is discordant. And that means
This what?
there's one is discordant. And that means there's a huge
I don't know
clash
what this
as
is you
far
just
as
said.
the flavor goes. Here's what I mean by that. It's not particularly cheesy. The noodles are there, you know, it's soft, it's, you know, it's got
Noodles?
a little bit of cheesiness, don't get me wrong.
Wait,
But
what
number one, it
noodles?
doesn't really scream mac and cheese to me. It just doesn't have that sort of prevailing
The
flavor.
pasta?
The chicken is equally average and is sort of subpar to the extent that it is not that sort of extra crispy tender. But the main thing that I notice here is that spicy sauce. The sauce, I feel, is disproportionately hot in comparison to everything else that I am trying here.
Bro, I gotta get this. Like,
It would be as
not
if
me, but this nigga needs to get a manicure.
maybe like a little sort of mild to medium,
Holy
essentially
shit.
flavorful spice might work with it.
Wolverine claws popping at the
This sauce, on the other hand, it's like they dumped this extremely strong, extremely potent,
wazoo.
very, very strong hot sauce on this wrap, and it just doesn't work. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, it's just too spicy for what it is. It's like you just get this rush of spice that you would expect on like some really hot wings, and instead it's on this mac and cheese wrap, and it just does not work. It clashes, and it's like, why is this so hot? It just doesn't. This doesn't work. It doesn't combine well. It's weird. The chicken just isn't that great quality. And again, it's just way too spicy for what it is, to the point where, again, the flavors clash, and it's just not enjoyable to consume.
Are you sure it's too spicy
So,
or you just a fucking
That's
pussy,
another
huh?
problem there. So
Which one is
it's
it, huh?
disappointing. Personally, it's like, I've no motivation to really get the barbecue one again, even if it's like average to the sort of like the bottom of average, and the mac and cheese one is just plain, it's not good.
It's complete
This
ass.
is disappointing.
I understand.
It really is. I hope that this was like a one-off thing, because it's really a shame. KFC, they were,
Oh
I
fuck.
felt anyway, they were really on the right track. And I know all these sorts of establishments, they have their hits, they have their misses, they have their good days and their bad days. But, you know, I don't know, I just think back to a year ago when they released these wraps initially, and they were so good.
Bro,
you know,
I
was
can't stop
really
focusing
excited
on the
for
top of
them.
this nigga's
I gave
head.
them such a good review, too. And
Just
I
something so
thought, wow, these are gonna be
peculiar
great
about
for
it.
snacking. They tasted, you know, they were just really good. They were fresh. They were high quality, affordable too. And I mean, I always like these sorts of wraps. They're easy to eat. They're fun. I like them. But then I get this, and the idea is here.
The rest is the
especially
highlight
that
of this
barbecue
fucking
one,
day. No social
genuinely thought
interaction.
that was going to be good.
No
And
bitch.
then I get it, and it's just
It's the KFC honey
disappointing.
barbecue wrap.
And then I get the mac and cheese one, and I'm just thinking to myself, what even is this?
I know,
What
right?
is this supposed to be?
Fuck!
I don't know.
What is this
Sometimes I just
fucking-
wonder
what
when
is
I
this?
see these sorts of
This
things,
snot in
do
my
they even
fucking food?
try this before they
God damn it!
before they release
I
this,
feel your pain, then.
or did they just you know, slap the idea on a board and just go with it, and they don't even bother to test this because it just doesn't work. So the mac and cheese one, as a result, I would not recommend it. As far as the barbecue one, I mean, get it if you really want to get it, but honestly, don't even waste your time unless you actually...
Fuck it, fuck that
unless
shit.
you're really determined.
Fucking disgusting. No, fuck it. I don't want it anymore.
Than I thought it would have been.
Fuck that fucking wrap.
The mac and cheese one is just weird and not in a good way. So as a result, I'm going to have to give the mac and cheese wrap from KFC. That one I'm just going to have to give it, because it just doesn't work. It doesn't taste good. The quality, again, is just barely acceptable. It's not a good item, plain and simple. I'm going to have to give that a 4.9 out of 10.
Damn! Oh my god!
I would just avoid it. It just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
It might sound interesting, but the execution for that is really a failure. And this is disappointing. I would have hoped it to be better. You know, in the end, I try not to judge a book by its cover, but then again, you know, when you get the bag...
Bro, this thing is KFC bag came with an open hole in that bitch.
Unusually bad, and then, you know, that was indeed an unfortunate omen, I suppose, for what was to come.
Bag with not an ounce
KFC,
of love.
You know, they will have
with
more
hate, actually. Just raw hate.
That's a guarantee. They will definitely have more where this came from. And I'll be willing to give them another chance, by all means.
She came to the door with a fucking hole in that bitch.
I hope to try better from them as 2024 continues. But these two wraps, I'm afraid to say, they just aren't it. Disappointing, a bit of a letdown. Look, if you're forced to choose one, just go with the barbecue one. If you really, really want to go there, just get the barbecue one and forget.
Because I was looking at one and the other when I was ordering.
But honestly,
I mac and cheese
save your money and get a better wrap from somewhere else. And that's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, the Report of the Week.
Yeah, come on, Casey. Step up your fucking game, man!